Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife and Resources Agency.
Hey, welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray. I guarantee you this is the fastest 90 minutes in outdoor radio programming. Right, Ramon?
Absolutely it is. And
how can we do this?
What's so great is, every show is so diverse in terms of the subject matter.
Well, that's right.
And who we get to talk to.
Yeah.
And, it's always exciting.
Well, Ron helps me out on a lot of these things, and I need his help. But we're very organized here, so all you folks in Memphis on ESPN AM 790 and 92.9 HD FM, and I know we reach into East Arkansas where this next young man on our show has a real story to tell. A lot of you folks know the Roper Outdoors, Jarad and Tommy, and the crappie fishing. Ron knows them from crappie fishing.
Oh, yeah, know them well.
Yeah, but things have changed in the Roper family. Right now, Jarad is in Princeton, New Jersey, where he's been for a little while because the COVID-19 has touched a lot of folks. And this is a family, the Roper family, it's really touched, and I don't want to spend a lot of time. But first of all, good morning, Jarad.
Good morning.
I know you
you
would like to be in Forest City or getting all your baits and getting everything ready in your tour. I'm going to let Jarad run with this because he's got quite a story, and all I would do would be get in the way. So I've told him on Facebook, he put a lot of information from his heart. Jared's a man of faith. I'm a man of faith. Ron's a man of faith. And so we want to let Jarad run with it. What's going on with the Roper family?
Well, I forget the exact dates, but it was the Crappie Masters Grenada tournament. And we started to see the virus has already started spreading and all that. And, of course, New York was having their outbreak. And my mom called us and said, hey, after the tournament, we had already planned on coming back up to New Jersey. I primarily stay in Arkansas.
Yes.
But it was, with everything was going on, we were just going to kind of head on back. But she said, y'all need to head back as soon as the tournament's over. And I'm like, okay. So we had to leave our camper at a friend's house down there at Grenada, took the boat back to the house, and headed back up to New Jersey. Mom started saying, the stores are being emptied. Basically, there's no toilet paper. All that stuff that you were seeing or hearing out on the news was absolutely true.
And your mom now we will say your mom is a licensed funeral director in Princeton, New Jersey. So you guys headed up there. Went to New York, New Jersey.
Yep. And so we got here, and
he said here, folks. He's still there. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. And so when we got up here, I was up here for about 3 weeks, and the type of person I'm a very particular person. So I was like, Mom,
yes,
what are y'all doing at the funeral home different? And because of the heightened awareness, it was all hands on deck.
Yeah.
So rules had changed even with funerals, how funerals was done. So my mom and the funeral home, they were making sure they're wearing their gloves and their mask and all that. But I just want to caution people, even if you wear all that, you got to be aware of touching your glasses or your phone. Yeah. You have to sanitize that stuff. And you got to, it's almost like you got to go through a checklist, but it's necessary so you don't go with what we went through. So anyway, my mom had a funeral to do on a Friday. It was the following week after I did I had this idea to do a social media crappie relay.
Okay.
Where all the different pros and certain different companies, we all did like a Facebook Live thing. So it was the following week, I believe, after that Friday. We had fried fish. We were all sitting down. My mom had a funeral to do. It had snowed that day.
Okay.
And she didn't know it was going to snow that day, so she didn't have the proper clothing. Well, she was cold.
Uh-huh.
Well, we were like, okay, it was just because of the weather. The next day, I went out to the feed store because we got some chickens up here. Went to the feed store, and I came back. When I came back, my dad and my sister's in the car getting ready to go somewhere. I'm like, where y'all getting ready to go? They say, hey, we getting ready to go to the vitamin shop. Do you know Mama don't feel well? I said, what?
Yeah.
So immediately I go in the house and I said, Mama, you're not feeling well? And she's like, I had better days. So I said, okay, let's check your temperature. Now, I had been researching what the symptoms was and all that. And my family, we had started before we even showed signs of COVID, doing deep breathing exercises twice a day.
Yeah.
They called me the general in our family because I made sure everyone was doing what they supposed to do.
Yeah.
So we started changing the way we're eating. We started exercising and all that. And then all of a sudden, when I took my mom's temperature, the thermometer we had, of course, when I turn it on, it shows the battery's low.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, crap. So
yeah.
I give it to Mom, and it read 102.
Okay.
Temperature.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I can't trust this because it doesn't work. So I'm driving. Now I'm in that frantic panic mode.
Yeah.
Because my mom, my dad, and my sister, who was home with her two kids because the school is out, college is out, and regular school's out, those three, my sister, mom, and dad, have underlying conditions.
Yes.
Either high blood pressure or diabetes. My sister takes insulin.
Yeah.
So my mind is running because my former youth pastor's wife, she's in the hospital. Okay. On a ventilator.
So you knew the dangers there. Yeah.
Yeah. And actually, she didn't make it. Holly fortunately died. But anyway, so come back. I end up getting a meat thermometer.
Yeah.
To take her temperature, and it was 100. And so we went through 2 weeks of
quarantine.
2 weeks of quarantine, but it is something that, listen, you don't want this. You don't want to experience none of this. Okay. You don't want to experience fevers.
Listen to this, folks.
I had to sleep. I had to make sure I had shirts next to my bed because I was going to be drenching wet in sweat because my fever broke, and it will sometimes break 2 or 3 times a night.
So all of y'all had it. I mean, you're talking about.
Yeah, Mom wasn't feeling good Saturday. Sunday, I know with the church, I preached on Sunday.
Yeah.
That Monday, all of us in that house start having a cough.
Yeah.
That Monday.
Whoa.
And then that Tuesday, it's like, okay, my head hurts. I have a banging headache.
Yes.
And my mom wasn't getting any good, so she went and called her doctor, and her doctor, she explained, hey, I'm a frontline worker.
Yeah.
And so he goes, okay, yeah, you immediately need, you're moved to the front of the line with testing.
Yes.
And she got tested within 24 to 48 hours. She got a call back, and it's like, yeah, you're positive.
You're positive.
Well,
yeah, okay.
What my dad's main job, he's a private contractor for the state of New Jersey, so we take care of 4 mentally and physically disabled men.
So you had these men there too. So you're talking about a house full here.
Oh yeah.
And all of these 4 men had underlying conditions too.
Well, of course, yeah. But one for sure has one because of the kind of makeup of his body.
Yeah. And
he never needs to get any pneumonia, any congestion. He never needs to get it. Well, he actually ended up having to go to the hospital because his oxygen levels were at 70.
70.
So,
okay.
Yeah, 70 and had pneumonia. So we're going through that. So let me just run down my symptoms real quick. Fever for about a week and a half.
Yeah.
So we're taking Tylenol extra strength every 4 hours until your fever breaks.
Yeah.
Headache. Your neck was hurting. My leg started to hurt. My left leg started to hurt. I had diarrhea for a couple days.
Yeah.
It messes with your mood. So you're very... You have no patience. You're very irritable.
Y'all hearing this out there, listener? Again, we're talking to Jarad Roper. A lot of you folks know Jarad from Jarad Roper Outdoors, crappie fishing. Didn't want to interrupt him, but he's talking about the experience they're going through, have been through. They're at the stage now where their entire household in Princeton, New Jersey, where they are in quarantine with COVID-19. This is the first time on Outdoors with Larry Ray we've actually talked to someone who has had the disease and what they've gone through. And I know Ron is listening to this like I hope you folks are out there knowing what Jarad has been through. And so we're talking about March going up there, Jarad, and now we're in Saturday, May the 9th. So you went through all the symptoms, but
I lost my sense of smell and taste. I was the only one out of everyone to. Now my dad also lost his sense of smell and taste.
Okay.
And my nephew didn't lose his completely, but he could. It kind of went down a couple of notches. But I was the only one that had it almost immediately. And I don't have diabetes, high blood pressure, none of that.
Yeah.
I went through immediate chest congestion and tightness of chest. I remember laying across the bed and just praying like, Jesus, you've got to help me. I feel like I'm going to have a heart attack. My heart rate was running. I mean, just up, and
now
I could feel my chest.
You got 2 minutes, so you're not going to pass out on me here now. So go.
No.
You got 2 minutes to tell us that hallelujah. You are 98%. You're doing good now.
Yeah,
you went through all of that.
House.
You hit a point, and you're doing good. You're still all together up there, I'm assuming. So how many's in the house?
10.
10 in the house, folks. Hear this now. Now you need and so now you need to go to Jarad's Facebook page and tell our listeners how they can do that, because you need to hear all this story. We just don't have enough time, but I wanted to touch base because it's an amazing story. Tell them how they can go to your Facebook page.
Yeah, go to the Jarad Roper athlete page and really read kind of what we did naturally.
Yes.
Natural things.
Amazing.
Along with
garlic and all these different kind of things.
Right.
Man. Yeah.
Along with, taking Tylenol, Robitussin, Mucinex.
So you need to go with these things. We're running out of time. Jarad, I wished I had more time. This is a story, guys.
It's all right.
Just go read what he's written from his heart on that Facebook page.
Yep.
And I'll post this on lroutdoors.com. We're going to get Jarad back on once this thing is over. Jarad, can we? When you get back, get back to normal, get back to Forest City. All of his customers, all of his customers are waiting on him, and all these tournaments and everything. But thank you, Jarad. I wish I had more time, but I wanted to get you on, buddy. We're praying for your whole family up there. Okay.
Thank you.
Hang together. All right.
All right.
Bye.
All right.
Jarad Roper. Ron, we can't take life for granted here, buddy. We got to be careful.
Never.
Can you imagine 10 people in a house and with 4 disabled men that they keep? Golly. Ron Wong, thank you for being with us this week. You'll be back in 2 weeks. You're going to have Matt Morgan for sure. A couple other. Ron's going to roll them up, and we'll talk crappie fishing again on the last Saturday of the month. That'll be bonus Wong. We call that BW. So you can have that. Let me tell you about next week's show real quick. We're going to go over to Lindsay's Resort and talk to Lindsay himself over there, and also Jay Gudemuth about opening the doors back to us out-of-staters. We're going to talk about the Fellowship of Christian Athletes virtual high school fishing tournament. That's right now.
All right.
We're going to talk about that. And I know Ron will appreciate this, and we might even call Ron. We're going to talk about some St. Jude Bass Classic memories on next week's show.
On it. I want to talk about it.
Because there is no Bassmaster Classic this year. It's really sad, but that's the way the world operates. So Gary Conklin will be on, and we'll talk to the new tournament director, Steve Cook. Try to put Ron in that, too. Let him listen in on that conversation. That's all next week on Outdoors with Larry Wright. Ron, you be safe. Catch big fish. I said, no, that's all I see you catch. I don't think you catch small fish. I've never seen a picture.
I do.
Well, you never show a picture of a small fish. Come on now.
I will next time. I'll post a small fish.
Yeah, I know what a small fish for you is about a 3-pounder. So let's don't do that. Okay. Shelby McCall, thank you for taking care of us. Ron, be easy, be safe. Okay, buddy. And also
everybody else, you too.
All right, and it doesn't cost an extra cent to be a good sport. And what else, Ron?
God bless
the USA.
The USA.